On March 9, 2026, the YouTuber Sam Bananas drove 4 hours toward the frozen peaks of western Pennsylvania in search of a solo winter adventure. The snow was deep, the air was biting.
Safe to say that I might have gotten myself a little bit in over my head this time. Oh man, I drove over 4 hours to get into the mountains in western Pennsylvania. There is still deep snow all over the place. I'm spending the night in a nice little first come first serve primitive campsite. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing a 2-night backpacking trip heading up into the mountains, and I'm not exactly sure if I'm fully prepared for that. I'll get into that a little bit more in the video. We'll talk about that as we go forward.
He set up his camp in a primitive site. When the sun hides behind the trees, the Appalachians are characterized by their absolute silence. But tonight, that silence felt heavy.
All right, so somebody left this branch here, and it is green, definitely. Obviously it's dead, it's not attached to something. I don't know if it fell down or what, but I think the twigs are fine enough that I can get my fire started with this. Okay, so I put together a little guy like this, which I do think will work for our very, very first stage of getting that fire started. But then I realized that wood was super green and it's just not gonna burn. But anyway, I headed on out of the campground, across the forest road or state route or whatever it is.
He ventured down a lonely trail where only pedestrian traffic is allowed. The forest felt thicker and the shadows lengthened. The YouTuber felt a sudden and cold urge to turn around.
And then down a little path where it says foot traffic is welcome. But I walked down that trail completely alone for a few minutes, and it's true what they say about Appalachian mountains and being out here alone.
Cars began to prowl around the edge of his camp. The strange thing was that they didn't park, they just watched, with their headlights burning in the darkness before slowly driving away.
Now, another thing that I haven't really talked too much about is that cars keep driving past the entrance of this campsite. Some of them are kind of hanging around and lingering, and that's something that I noticed people do a lot when you go camping. People like to kind of snoop on you and just kind of see what you're doing. Now maybe this is just my perspective and I might be wrong about this, but I think most of those people are just kind of curious because they like to go camping and just never got around to it, or kind of too nervous to do it, or whatever reason. But sometimes when you're out here way in the middle of nowhere, it can feel a little unnerving.
Deep in the night, Sam found fresh tracks near a frozen creek. He stopped. He didn't want to know who was walking in the darkness without a light.
Let's see. Could also be potentially easy to get lost in the middle of the night here. Right here appears to be another campsite. It's nice and cleared out. Some fresh footprints here too. So I know people are coming back in here. I think since we are in the middle of the night and I don't know if there's people back in here camping, I don't want to bug them. I'm not going to go too much further. I'm just going to turn around and head back to my campsite.
Then, the headlights returned. They pointed directly at him, motionless, blinding him in the middle of the forest. It was then that he realized he was not as alone as he thought.
This guy keeps coming in, pointing his headlights at me, and then backing out. I think there's 2 cars, too. I really don't know what's going on.
All right, well, that solves that mystery. There's another nice guy over here who was just coming out to park in the area, trying to figure it out. He's in a car, like a regular car, so doesn't have the clearance, but he's coming out to do the same idea that I had. He's gonna camp overnight, and then he's gonna do the trail, I think, the next day. So
The driver was a stranded traveler named Mark, but the tension of the mountain remained. Sam packed his gear for the hike ahead, his eyes looking toward the dark tree line one last time.
Are just really uncomfortable with that, so. But it's a nice feeling to be able to help somebody out, you know. I've been helped out about a zillion times in my lifetime, I'll tell you that. Well, I've pretty much done it. Fire's kind of dying out over there. Might sit around and have one last little brewski over there. But I think, yeah, this is pretty much...
The YouTuber Justin was exploring the frozen ruins of Elkmont, a ghost town hidden deep in the forest. The air was frigid and the silence was absolute.
Okay, hello guys. So, we are here at Elkmont. So, it's cold, but we decided to come up here. We haven't been in... Fuck, why is the light going off? We are going in the first house. Oh, Justin's here.
I'm shivering.
He's cold. So, let's go.
They entered the first ruined cabin. The lights flickered and went out almost instantly. Justin felt the weight of the cold walls pressing in.
Yeah. But, so they started, like, restoring these houses here. Yeah, they've been working on them for quite a while. But, like, look at the different, just, I don't know, just how they built, like...
The YouTuber noticed that the original boards were being covered with new wood. He joked about black bears hiding on the other side of the walls, but the laughter didn't last long.
Something about that.
That there could be a black bear on the other side of it, yeah. There is something about that.
Yeah, I didn't take into account about, like, wildlife and stuff. Jeez, fuck! I thought you were behind me. I thought you were over here.
You don't see my light.
I don't know. I have two lights pointed at my face right now.
In the second house, the equipment failed again. The darkness of the hollow rooms felt intentional. Every shadow looked like a crouching figure.
There ain't no lights. Because it is cold.
Yeah, I can't feel my fingers, Kara.
Now she fucking works. Okay. Maybe she's just cold. I'm cold.
They entered cabin 3, which was the most isolated of all. The floorboards groaned under their boots. The explorers were looking at the architecture. It was then that the unthinkable happened.
Okay, so we're walking into cabin number 3. And as you can see, she's fucking spooky. Also, I found out why my flashlight wasn't working. I needed new batteries. So, I haven't used it that much though. Whoop. No pets allowed. I can't come in, I'm a bitch. Look at the architecture.
A loud, heavy sound shattered the silence from deep within the house. It wasn't a bear. Justin froze, his voice dropping to a panicked whisper.
I'm just... Go.
Seconds later, the thing moved. The guys ran through the darkness, adrenaline screaming as they fled terrified from the property. Both made it back to the car, and when they looked through the front window, the entity was right there.
What the fuck? Fucking run! What the fuck? Go, 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 go! Where the fuck did he go?
The YouTuber Angelo from Exploring with Angelo returned to a huge forest in Canada to start a new Randonautica series. The forest felt different this time, shadowed by a black van that was idling at the trailhead.
Alrighty, well, this is a little bit different. For once I actually made it here, just in the nick of time, with just barely enough sunlight, at least going into the forest. So, welcome back guys to the channel, and we're back doing some more Randonautica for you. Going to be working on a series over the next couple of days, and just really want to know what it is that we're going to find, because we've been getting a lot of clues from like multiple different things. Still have no idea what the hell they are, but yeah. So I'm back to a place where I've been to several times. Obviously you probably will recognize it. I think I was here like, I don't know, like a week and a half ago or something like that. But yeah, so we're gonna do a little bit different this time. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually hike into the forest.
The YouTuber ventured into the brush just as the sun was beginning to go down. Strange, rhythmic sounds echoed from the trees behind him. They weren't animals, but something mimicking human movement.
Just cold so far. What the hell was that? That was a really weird sound. Is there somebody behind me? They're coming down the trail making some weird sounds. I don't see anything.
The forest began to give disturbing signs. Angelo found a jar filled with foamy liquid and a doll's head surrounded by pigtails and strands of real human hair.
What the hell is that? Okay. What am I looking at right now? Looks like you? There's like hair or the head or something attached to it. Or maybe not. Well, there's hair, but there's no head. Okay, that's really creepy.
The mystery turned sinister near the creek. He discovered a photo and a letter from someone claiming that Jack had gotten in their way and was forced to pay the price.
What the hell? Who the hell are these people? Okay, that's creepy. I don't like finding photos of people in the forest. Just saying. Mainstays, 4x6 inch. Oh crap. What the hell? Jack got in my way, so I got in his way. The way of my way is clear. I will not stand for anyone standing in my way. After several months, I finally got the courage to send her another letter. I told her how much I loved her and want her. I think she got a little scared. I'm sorry, so sorry. I know I'm ugly, but I love you. I also keep hearing something down there. I told her Jack was in the effing way.
With the waning light, Angelo saw a figure completely in black watching him from the shadows. Then he heard a sharp scream in the distance and realized he was being surrounded.
I think I'm just going to start turning back, because F it, that's why. Alright, we've got some signage down here. Kind of annoys me because I've been trying to get here in daylight and just can never seem to get here on time. I think I just saw somebody. What the hell was that? Looked like somebody in all black. Hello? So to me, oh yeah, look at that. Damn, there's a trail. I don't know, I feel like this could be a trap. I just saw somebody down there. We heard weird noises, very weird items connected to other things that we found. Well, that's Bruce Trail, and then there's other side trails, so...
He fled back to his car only to find a new notebook left on a tree. It was filled with the same handwriting, rambling about filling 59 pages and taking a girl named Jen up north.
It's empty. What is that? Some random notebook. 59 pages. What? What the hell? Must fill all 59 pages. I'm still sorry. I'm still sorry. I'm so sorry. Sorry, so sorry. Sorry. Hang on a second. This looks like the exact same writing as what we found on the picture. Okay, well, I'm gonna get in the car. This was not here when we started.
The black van slowly slid back onto the road, watching him from the darkness. Angelo locked his doors, trembling as he realized he had stumbled upon evidence of a crime.
Okay, it was getting a little chilly out there, and I feel like I'm kind of starting to sweat, so we all know that sweating and cold do not mix. I'd also like to point out that van is gone. At least as far as I could tell, I did not see it. So the van is gone. The bag was hanging there off of that sign or tree or whatever, and then this notebook is here. And it looks like there's a lot of stuff in here.
The YouTuber Thomas Locke from Dark Exploration Films headed toward the Appalachian Mountains. His objective was a skeletal fire tower, abandoned since the 1970s, venturing into a journey never undertaken before, both for himself and for the channel.
Venturing on a journey never before taken, both for myself and on this channel, hiking hours into the unknown darkness of the Appalachian Mountains to stealth camp atop a long-abandoned fire tower, last used in the 1970s.
Our explorer began the steep climb into the pitch-black forest, alone. Every crunch in the dry leaves felt like a threat. Rattlesnakes and bears were on his mind, but his own paranoia was stronger.
So we're heading up now. Everything's pretty good. The only thing we have to look out for is rattlesnakes, because rattlesnakes, I think, they like to come out when it's nighttime and they blend in with the trail. And I've had instances while hiking where I came across rattlesnakes and you could hear them before you see them and your brain knows automatically what they are. But we have about 4 miles uphill, trying to make the most. out of the daylight I do have here, because I'm gonna get kind of scared once it gets completely dark around me. But we have some time to get used to our surroundings, I guess.
This wasn't just a campout, it was an escape. Thomas was already on edge after surviving a summer of Lyme disease and a carjacking attempt that left him terrified. The dark forest was his only way to reset.
It was right behind my right shoulder, my dominant hand, so I can't really get my right hand to get it out. So it was kind of hard, and I eventually did get the tick out as soon as possible, but months later it turned out that it was Lyme disease. So that comes on way after the fact, I guess. So I ended up getting a rash coming back months later, ear infection, throat swelling up, needed antibiotics because my body was dying. That was the start of an entire journey of what this summer was. And that's just the first thing. After getting Lyme disease, I of course needed to get antibiotics. So once I was on that in the middle of the summer, the antibiotics had a very harsh reaction to the sun, so I was unable to go outside during the summer for like 6 weeks because of harsh sunburn.
It was then that he saw it. The tower loomed like a rusty ghost against the night sky. The metal shrieked as it swayed with the mountain gusts.
So here we are. We're at the fire tower. I could hear it squeaking in the wind. Alright, we're gonna go up on top of it and test it out. Looks like somebody left a fire pit too. Fires are illegal here though, so I'm not gonna be utilizing this fire pit. I'm just gonna put on some of my more protective clothes for the warmth, and just in case I fall off this thing, I have a little bit of armor. Oh no! It looks like it's locked up tight. Just kidding. There's an entire hole in the fence here. Wow. These stairs already look like they're kind of sideways.
Thomas climbed the rotting stairs to the top. The wind battered the thin sheet metal, making the entire structure vibrate and groan over the abyss. The YouTuber lay down on the plywood floor, waiting for the wind to die down.
This thing shakes a lot. Wow. That's pretty crazy. This is gonna be quite the night. Anyway, I'm just gonna try to get my bearings, let my body temperature cool down a bit because I've been hiking non-stop. And I'm about to boil some water, make my MRE in just a little bit, and just chill out. Try to get used to being up here. I don't know if I'll be able to get used to that. So I just checked on my phone, and apparently the wind is only 6 miles an hour right now. It sounds crazy. I mean, I don't know how I'm gonna go to sleep tonight. I'm gonna try. But it says that the wind's gonna only go down as the night progresses, so hopefully that's good. I'm gonna start unloading my bag here. I have a sleeping bag. This is good for 32 degrees Fahrenheit, 0 degrees Celsius. I'm not gonna be sleeping on just...
The morning light revealed a terrifying detail he had missed in the darkness. The walls were riddled with bullet holes. That meant the tower had been used as a shooting range.
I didn't even notice while I was staying in here, but this entire fire tower has been used as basically a shooting range or a target, because you could see all these exit wounds from bullets. It looks like people were shooting from the inside based on how it looks. So that's kind of weird. But I'm glad nobody used this as a shooting target as I was in it last night. That would have sucked. But there is a little bit of writing here left behind from past people.
Thomas didn't stay to enjoy the view for long. He packed up his gear and descended the shaking ladder, only to hit solid ground and get the hell out of there.
Different feeling when you wake up in the darkness and you let your eyes adjust to the light that comes through. It's really...
The YouTuber Wyatt from Twin Paranormal entered a remote Kentucky cabin inside a legendary Appalachian hotspot. The locals have rules: don't whistle, and if you hear your name being called, don't even think about turning around.
Here in a totally different state, we are in Kentucky, and behind us is a new cabin here in the Appalachian Mountains.
Not only that, the area we are in right now is also the biggest hotspot in the Appalachians.
So our research continues, and we cannot leave this cabin until tomorrow when the sun comes out.
No!
Yes, we are staying the night, and we are going to see how big this hotspot truly is. Those of you who don't know, the locals all around the Appalachian Mountains have a saying. If you hear whistling, no you didn't. If you hear your name being called, no you didn't. If you hear crying or laughing, no you didn't. No matter what you hear out here, if it sounds real, do not respond. But we are here for a totally different reason.
The guys rang a bell to summon the silence. Moments later, quiet and heavy footsteps walked across the outdoor porch, vibrating through the thin floorboards.
Listen to the sound of this bell. Follow it. That is your sign to come. Oh, not that. That's your sign to approach. Wait, none of you guys are moving?
No, swear.
Was that upstairs or in there? What the fuck?
Yeah. Oh, God.
I looked, I thought one of you were like stepping around.
I was waiting dead still for a noise, literally. Good plan.
Seriously.
Did that sound like the porch?
That's so fucking loud.
Am I tripping out right now?
No. You're not.
Then came the whistle. A long, high note floated through the frozen trees. It was the exact sound they were warned never to acknowledge.
Things are just different.
Ever since the sun went down, honestly, like no BS, the stories we were talking about aside, it really does change. And we've had those all the way closed, that as far down as it'll go, this one closed, that one over there is broken. And that really doesn't help our case.
So there is a motion detecting device in that room that is facing completely away from any of us.
Wait, guys.
Was that whistling? Yeah. That was whistling out there. No way, we all just heard that. It was either whistling or like somebody crying out.
That was so long.
Remember, if you heard it, no you didn't.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we heard that.
Oh, we did.
Imagine, grabs me.
No, I don't want to imagine.
How much power do you have? Was that your voice? Wait.
Their equipment flared to life with a chilling, robotic voice. "It has never been this easy," it whispered, as if something in the forest was finally finding a way to get inside. That was when it happened.
A voice. We just heard it a second time. Give it like 1 or 2 minutes. Let's see. I'm gonna say hello again. Hello? Bro, it sounds like somebody's outside by the car.
Never been easier.
Never been easier. Oh my god! This device just said never been easier.
Wait a minute. Are you talking about communicating?
The first thought that ran through my head was getting into the building.
Right.
I get it.
You gotta be specific so we can understand what you mean.
Well, think about this, dude. How often does somebody just randomly come here and offer an invite for whatever's out there to come and speak?
Exactly, yeah.
I know.
Actively try to find it.
People literally go missing every single year, and we are allowing this thing.
Bro, that first word that has come out and every hair on my body is already standing up.
How many hairs do you got?
A lot.
Jeez.
If by any
A ball placed at the top of the dark stairs suddenly rolled down toward them. The hallway upstairs was empty, but the device screamed one final warning: they will never find you.
the ball, none of us were moving, right? Okay, listen, I tapped on this railing, I knocked on the fucking wall. Yeah. It would have happened right then and there, right? Yes. Can we all agree? I agree. Something's here, dude. You guys heard that noise right before the ball started falling?
Yes.
It will never be found.
You will never be found?
Lost here? Is that what it said earlier?
You will never be found. I'm really scared.
What the f was that?
Wait, it said George. Lost. Is there somebody upstairs?
Guys. Something was just moving in here. I swear on everything.
In here?
Yes.
Did you already make your way inside?
I'm shaking, dude. What? That was me. Did you hear that?
Yeah, the knock. Anathan. A-N-A-T-H-A-N. I don't know what that means. Never heard of that. It may be a name. I don't know. Also, I'm going to take a look at this footage. Are you guys okay with that? I want to make sure. Fuck, it doesn't really see.
I had the angle here of it, far as fuck back on the stairs. There's no way that was moving.
You were probably filming yourself before that. I don't know who you were filming. I want everybody to know that I was not doing... That camera. That camera has it. We have to look. We have to look. Nobody was moving. I'm gonna look.
Panic seized them as loud, heavy running footsteps headed straight for the cabin door. They barricaded the entrance with chairs, trembling in the -9-degree cold as shadows circled the windows.
My fuck God.
Dude, stop!
I'm about to have an anxiety attack.
Same, dude.
I'm about to have an anxiety attack.
Someone just walked up to us, dude. I swear on everything.
That was so loud.
Dude, seriously?
I'm about to have an anxiety attack.
What do
I'm
we
not
do?
kidding. I'm not joking.
What do we do? That was someone. That was 100% footsteps.
That was like walking up to the door like this. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like with some quickness.
Wait, did something come in?
I don't know.
Why is that doing that?
I don't know. Can you let go of that? Please.
The entities began to mimic human pleas, begging the group to come out into the darkness. The guys didn't move until the sun finally broke the horizon.
You will never escape me? Come on, dude.
This is
Like, at what point do we need to just, like, okay, like, this, bro?
Did we turn the lights back on?
Like, I'm done. I don't want to do this shit anymore. I don't want to do it.
I don't blame you. This is fucking bad.
Someone's talking.
What was that?
That was a voice. Somebody just said something.
What was that, dude?
Something just said something
I
right
heard that.
outside.
I heard that.
It's time to go. Guys, we can't stay here. I as much as I want to.
Oh my fuck.
I do want to, guys. I do want to. But whatever's going on right now, we've been told back to back to back to back to go.
If these stories are giving you goosebumps, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Your support helps us keep documenting these encounters that defy all explanation. On May 6, 2026, YouTuber Jar Bear from Exploring with Bear took his wife Tiff deep into the New River Gorge. They arrived near midnight, surrounded by the heavy, haunted air of the West Virginia mountains.
Welcome back to another Appalachian camping adventure. Is it Appalachian or Appalachia?
Appalachia?
Appalachia Mountains? Appalachia?
I don't know. Appalachian?
We are deep in the Appalachian Mountains.
Appalachian.
Appalachian. And I thought I just seen something moving over there.
Oh.
Did you hear that? I thought that sounded like a growl for a second. We already got dinner going. We just got here at like 11. It's super duper late. We just got done exploring Thurman, the abandoned ghost town of Thurman here in West Virginia. So right now we are deep in the Appalachian Mountains. We're going to stay the night here.
The site was near a ghost town with a violent history of bloodshed. Local legends warned never to stay out after dark and never to whistle. But Jar Bear broke the silence anyway.
No, you're not supposed to be out at night in the Appalachian Mountains, babe.
Says who?
People from Appalachian Mountains.
Maybe they just don't want people coming to their home.
I mean, we're not going to anybody's house to camp. That is one of the things that's said, though, is like once the sun goes down, everybody get indoors. They also say not to whistle. Babe, you want to whistle?
I can't whistle.
Okay. We just broke 2 rules right there. We're out in the mountains at night, and we just whistled. Just did it again.
As the aroma of cooking meat drifted through the trees, Jar Bear ventured alone toward the riverbank. The dense Appalachian brush seemed to swallow his flashlight as something moved in the shadows.
Oh. Something just moved up there. Man, that's so thick in some spots.
That was when a frantic message came from Tiff. Something had banged against the side of the truck while she was locked inside, and she needed him to come back immediately.
Alright, so Tiff just texted, and I guess something hit the truck. She's nervous and needs me to come back right now. So, I gotta get back to the truck. Babe, what happened?
It's too scary.
Back at the vehicle, the couple watched as a strange truck pulled into the nearby clearing. Multiple men stepped out, moving through the campsite in total silence, without a single flashlight to guide them.
What are they doing? Man, is it that same?
Is the same truck?
Okay. Oh, that's creepy. What are they? Oh, now they're outside but without flashlights.
At 3:30 in the morning, the nightmare reached its peak. Jar Bear realized the men were surrounding the truck, standing just a few feet away in the pitch black. They didn't wait for a confrontation. Jar Bear jumped into the driver's seat and sped out of the mountains, driving until the sun came up.
Up 3:30 a.m. Tiff awoke to multiple people walking around our truck with no flashlights. Needless to say, she woke me up immediately. I didn't have time to film it, even have time to think. We jumped in the front seat. We hightailed it out of the location and drove all the way home from there with only like a couple hours of bad sleep maybe. But we did make it out.
On November 6, 2024, a hiker named Brant was walking along the Appalachian Trail near Low Gap, Georgia. He was recording his journey for his YouTube channel, showing his quiet campsite and the serene beauty of the trail. Everything felt calm. Later that day, something unusual happened.
Good morning. The last of my water in the form of coffee and Carnation breakfast essentials. Yeah, this is it until I can find water. I guess my next water is hog pan, which means going over Wildcat with no water. I think I'll be all right. I'll get up there early before the sun starts beating down. I won't sweat as much. It's a beautiful morning so far, nice breeze. I'm gonna finish up this coffee, get packed up, and hit the trail. One last look at the view this morning.
After stopping near an inconspicuous campsite and noticing a fresh animal den under a large rock, Brant kept moving forward.
And then kick it up a notch and hightail it into Low Gap. Okay, we're here. That's what I'm looking forward to. Let's get some water to take a rest. It appears there's nobody here. It's a little too early in the day to stop. Okay. Low Gap Privy. Let's drop back. See what this is all about.
That was when he thought he saw another hiker coming down the trail. The figure looked like a normal backpacker, walking toward him. Brant stepped aside to let the person pass, but no one ever arrived. The trail, in both directions, was empty.
And underneath that rock, and it's fresh. I mean, you can tell they've been going in and out of it, so I don't want any animal encounters this evening, so I think I'm going to keep on going. Plus, it's still kind of early. Hey, talk about creepy. I was just down at that stealth site there checking it out, talking about it, and I heard and saw a hiker coming down the trail. And I thought I'd stay at the campsite and wait for the hiker to pass.
His camera battery began to drain. The peaceful feeling from that morning was completely gone. Something about that stretch of the trail felt wrong. The YouTuber decided not to stick around and moved quickly to find a safer place.
The hiker never passed, and there's nobody here, and it's freaking me out right now. I've got chills up and down my spine. Yeah, I saw a person with a pack on, wearing hiking clothes. There's no way they passed me. Yeah, this is weird. I'm getting out of this spot. I'm telling you, that's yeah, if the animal den wasn't enough, yeah, this is the spot where I thought I saw somebody.
Brant later said it was one of the most disturbing moments he had ever experienced while hiking. The forest, despite its apparent loneliness, felt as if someone were watching him from the shadows.
Honestly, that's the second time today that's happened. And the first time is when I was sawing that log, and I looked over and I was like, oh, someone's coming up the trail. The log will be sawed for them when they get here, and there was never anybody there. And I think I might have just saw a leaf. I don't know. I'm not going to record a whole lot more because I've got low battery. That's another reason I probably need to get into Helen. So I'm going to put as much distance between me and that campsite as I possibly can.
Despite the fact that nothing happened to him and the camping trip was relatively good, That experience left a bitter taste in his mouth that he will likely not forget for a long time. On May 2, 2020, in the Floyd Woods and Fields of Ohio, an explorer uploaded a video showing a morning that slowly turned terrifying.
Okay, so today is April 25th, 2020, and I just ran down here with my camcorder because, as you can probably hear behind me, there's some audible howling and whooping noises that are going on, and it's been going on.
The creator headed down into the woods early in the morning after hearing strange sounds all night long. The air was damp, foggy, and still, but deep calls could still be heard echoing in the distance.
For a couple hours now, probably around midnight or 1 o'clock last night, I started hearing these loud, it's like a whoop or a howl noises, and it went on for a couple of hours, and I wanted to come down during the night and see if I could get something on tape, but I was a little wary about doing that. So this morning, I usually get up around 4 o'clock, and I was eating my breakfast, and the noise kind of stopped for a while, but then it just started again, and every couple of minutes or so.
He said the noises started around midnight and didn't stop. They sounded like loud screams and howls echoing through the forest. That night, sleep never came.
Seconds, you can kind of hear that going on, so I ran down here with a camcorder to see if I could get it on tape. As you can probably see, it's raining a little bit right now, and we have that morning fog over there. It was raining pretty good the past couple of days here in the Floyd Field forests. There it is right there. I just heard it again. So it is pretty rainy right now. This is crazy. I haven't checked the trail cameras in the past couple of days because of the weather. It's been raining almost nonstop the last couple of days, and I'm going to check them real quick, and then I kind of just want to get out of here because I really don't know what we're dealing with right now. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the...
As he walked closer to the trail cameras, the sounds came again, louder this time from the direction of the mountains. His voice stayed calm, but his steps became faster.
The 2 SD cards. I just heard it again. I think it's coming from that direction over there where we have the other trail camera, and that's where the mountain is. Okay. I really couldn't sleep last night either because it was so loud, and it just kept happening.
As he approached his trail cameras, the sounds returned, this time louder, coming from the direction of the mountains. His voice remained calm, but his pace quickened. He found signs near the camera area, missing apples and eggshells left behind, as if something had been there before him.
String for the apple trap. Apples nowhere to be seen. What is this over here? Eggshell. Interesting. So they found another eggshell. Alright, well, I don't want to waste any time here. I want to grab these and go. So I'm going to grab the SD card here from this trail camera. And then I'm going to get the other one. I think that was one right there. And it's your call.
The calls broke the silence once again. The sound felt heavy and deep, unlike coyotes or any animal he knew. The forest felt as though it were closing in around him.
Oh, is that right there? There it was again. I just heard it again. I really hope the camera picks that up. I just heard it again. It's like a whoop. And last night too, it was like howls and whoops.
Soon, his body began to react. His head started to ache and he felt dizzy, as if something were deeply wrong inside of him.
I really just didn't feel safe doing that. I'm just being honest. It was very dark. And at this point, we really just don't know what we're dealing with. So up here in these mountains, that's definitely the direction that I was hearing things. Is that more scat? What is that? And yeah, I've heard a lot of calls in the woods in my day, but that was new. I've heard coyotes. I mean, I've heard a lot of sounds. It could really be from some kind of Floyd Squatch type creature. Right now, I'm starting to get lightheaded, so I really don't feel good being down here. So I'm just going to grab... I really don't feel good right now. So I'm just going to grab the trail camera and get out of here. It's right there. The apple's gone over here too. Okay, I'm starting to get a bit of a headache right now.
Then he heard a low growl nearby, close enough to make him stop moving for a moment.
Looks like I'm gonna fall over. What was that? That was like a growl. Okay. I'm just gonna grab the trail camera and I'm gonna get out of here. I can't. I just heard the growl again. I don't feel good. My head is really starting to hurt. That was the whoop right there. There's something up in those mountains that's making this noise. And I don't know what it is.
Not far from there, he noticed a large bone on the ground. It smelled strong and rotten, turning his stomach.
I'm just gonna get out of here. What is that right there? That is definitely some kind of bone. This is the tree cave that we found the wow. I mean, that could be a femur right there. And the smell too. Oh my God. Oh my God, it smells really bad. Oh my God. Oh. It smells like a skunk. Some kind of rotting skunk smell. It was really strong. That was right there. I heard it again.
The smell grew worse, and the sounds returned from the mountains. At that point, fear completely took over. He decided to abandon the area and get out as fast as possible, leaving without ever knowing what was hidden in those woods.
I think I just heard another call from up there. I mean, this thing could be anywhere around here. It could be watching me right now. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and there's something in these woods. And it's not a bear, it's not a coyote. I don't know what it is. But I don't want to be here. Okay, so we found this. I'm getting out of here. I just heard it again. That was good. I don't know what that was. Okay, so I'm getting out of here. I don't feel good.
Even as he moved away, the calls followed him. Whatever made those sounds remained hidden, leaving him with fear and questions that still had no answers. Which of these cases did you find more terrifying? Leave us your opinion in the comments. And if these stories made you value the safety and the mystery of the wild, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell for more explorations. And remember, the next time you venture into the woods, keep your eyes open, your ears alert, and trust your instinct. It might be the only thing standing between you and the unknown.